Hey, welcome to the BroncPod. I am your host, Cici, and we just want to give you a warm welcome back to a new season with different people, and we're just going to get right into it. This is our first go, so we're going to roll with it, and I'm going to share a little bit about myself and how the heck did I get here, because you're going to be listening through the other side, so you're going to be wondering who the heck is this girl on the other side of the mic talking so close. So a little brief introduction. I am originally from Colorado. I'm from northern part of Colorado. I grew up there, and I had never ever knew about the existence of Hastings until I began recruiting for track and field. I've been a runner for the last 13 years now. Very long time. My body is hurting, but I am very grateful. I got into some recruiting applications, and I started recruiting outside of Colorado. I knew I didn't really want to run at first. I wanted to go into business, so I was looking at CU Boulder. I was for their business program, but then my parents were really adamant about me being in sports, so I was like, you know what? We're going to go into sports. We're going to do it. We're going to see how everything goes, and started recruiting. And I got a text message from my coach, Luke Mahoney, and shout out Luke. And he was like, hey, I really like what you're doing, and I think that you'd be a really good addition. So like, let's get you on the team. So I actually skipped my senior pictures to go meet this man at like 30-40 minutes away from my hometown, and they ended up having to Photoshop me into the pictures, and I'm literally floating in like the picture. So I'm like crisscross, but I'm like levitating like 3 inches off the ground. So it's actually a really funny picture. So yeah, recruited, went and met him. We talked at this coffee shop for like 2 hours, and then I came back here to Hastings. I had no idea this place existed. I've been through Nebraska plenty of times because I have family in Missouri. And then all of a sudden, I was in Hastings. I went on a tour, and then I signed like 3 days after that. So I have been here ever since. It has been a wonderful journey being here. I am a business and marketing and communications major, and I have had nothing but great experiences being here. And so I'm really, really excited to share my passion and other people's passion here on the BroncPod. So you're like, Cici, what the heck are we doing? Why are you talking so long? What the hell is the BroncPod? So the BroncPod is basically this giant community where we get to share experiences and some news events that are going on campus, and really get the Hastings College community connected to the BroncPod. So we'll talk about anything from funny stories to, any campus news or events that are going on, or etc. Kind of, we have a jambalaya mix of different things that we'll talk about. So I'm super excited to start this journey and to have you guys listen. So going into our next segment is going to be Life in Nebraska. So I'm going to welcome my guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mikah O'Neill.
And you're a freshman.
Yes.
Yes. So and you're originally from Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're from Sumner.
Yes.
Okay. So I know that I've gotten the gist that Nebraska people really love to stay in Nebraska because it's a good community, which I don't blame you guys, because I'm still here and I plan on living here after graduation. So, like, what brought you to Hastings?
Well, I actually didn't want to stay home at first. I traveled to many schools outside of the state. I really wanted to go to the beach.
Okay.
But when I visited those schools, like, the people in Nebraska are just, like, so good here.
I 100% agree. Every time I go back home, I get so anxious. Like, the drivers and, like, the people are just, like, not nice anymore.
No.
And so they call it the Nebraska nicest for a reason.
Yes.
And you just feel so welcomed here, and everyone's so polite. Everyone says yes and, like, yes, please, no, thank you, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yes.
And anywhere else, you just don't find that.
Yeah.
And so it is so nice coming back here. Okay, so you wanted to go to the beach, but then you're like, So then what brought you back?
So my coach actually was my club coach. So she kind of definitely put in good word for Hastings, obviously. So she was like, you should really come check out the school. So at the end of my junior year, I was like, okay, like, I'm going to come for a tour. And I, like, immediately loved it. I, like, walked in and I, like, went to a practice with the girls, and I just, like, was like, yep, this, like, first visit in Nebraska. And I was like, yep, I'm going here. And my mom's like, are you going to, like, explore your options? And I was like, nope.
This is it. Roll the cameras. We're done. Pack it up. Let's go home.
Literally.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So you're on the volleyball team. Are
Yep.
you in any other sports?
No.
And then what position do you play in volleyball?
I play kind of just front row, so, like, mostly, like, middle and outside.
I was gonna say, you're a pretty tall girl compared to me. My legs hang off the chair when I, like, uncross my legs, so I don't want it to be too embarrassing. But yeah, you're a tall girl, so yeah, you're just up there just ready to smack the ball.
Yep.
I don't know very much about volleyball. So I am so excited to have you on here. So as far as like Nebraska, I mean the people, the communities, I mean what else like makes you like want to stay? Cuz like do you plan on staying?
I do.
Really?
I'm actually from like a family farm, and like my
Aw.
town's only like 200 people.
Yep.
So
that seems
super
to be
small.
it.
Yeah, and I like live in the middle of nowhere, but I've like learned to like love it. Like you don't appreciate like what you have until like you go somewhere else and you don't have it anymore, and you're
Yeah.
like, wow, like it's like just not the same.
No, that's exactly how I felt when I got here and I realized that our food options are very limited. I was like, "Oh my gosh, we got Taco John's and we got Taco Bell and all these different places." It was definitely an adjustment, and I'm sure it's an adjustment for you, but
Oh yeah.
you know, staying in the same state, I mean, you have options. You got Omaha and you got Kearney and you got
Mhm.
Lincoln. So like but I mean, also for us, like that's an hour and 2 hours away. So it's
Yeah.
really hard to find other things that are close by that you don't have to like waste gas or you have to like waste an entire day just to go and do. So, I mean, besides like, what do you like to do in Hastings as of right now? Like, what have you been exploring? Like, what have you been doing? I want to know.
I've definitely been like kind of like going on some side quests. Like I've gone to like
Yes, we love this
concerts
side
and-
quest era.
Yes, like concerts, and then me and my friends just like randomly decided we wanted to go to a Chiefs game for the weekend, so we just traveled to a Chiefs
Oh
game.
my
Yeah.
god, that is awesome.
So like just like definitely like meeting the people here, like we just kind of go on like random side quests to like
Yeah.
just try new things. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Do you recommend any really good food places outside of Hastings?
Ooh, I really like El Potrero in Kearney. It's really good.
Okay, I'll have to
Yeah.
keep that on my list. I'm a big
Yes.
foodie. So anytime that I am outside of Hastings, I like to go anywhere that has really great food.
Oh yeah.
I like to go coffee hopping. So I went to like the Mill down in Lincoln, and then
Oh,
I went
yes.
to Zen Coffee up in Omaha and did the coffee flight and got
Mhm.
absolutely destroyed by that coffee. I was like, my pupils were so small and I was like cracked out. I was like ready to like eat some drywall. I was like ready to go. But then my tummy hurt after. So I was a survivor.
Yeah.
But no, I really like Omaha. I really like the nightlife in Omaha.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
super fun. Going
Oh,
down
yeah.
to like the district is super, super cool. I'm not too familiar with Lincoln. Do you like visit Lincoln a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she knows her
yeah.
way around Lincoln.
Like, yeah.
So you're gonna tell me all the good places to go.
Yes. Yes.
I heard the rail yard is always like the place to go.
Oh yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about the rail yard. The only places I've really been to is like I guess over by the rail yard where I've been to a couple restaurants and a couple like bistros and some shops, and then of course like where the mill's located. But I have yet to had the rail yard experience.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
I love it. I love like the Nebraska fans. Like I mean, we do really show up and show out, and like
It is the sea of red.
oh yeah,
everywhere.
like game day, it's crazy, and like it's so awesome just because like tailgating too, like everybody's out there, like
That's
everybody's
awesome.
out there. I mean, like you see so many people, and it's like so weird too because like Nebraska's like so big, but I feel like I go there and I feel like I like know everybody because everybody from the
Really?
small towns are going. Yeah, like I truly love it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, I mean, because everybody here in Hastings, you know, a lot of us are big Red fans, and so we all like to go tailgate and whatnot. But again, I have yet to experience that. I'm hoping to go to a game here soon before the season ends. If not, I have next season.
Yes.
But yeah, like I see tons of people like on their Snapchats just like posting at the rail yard, and it's like thousands of people, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my god, like I feel like I would also have like an anxiety attack because of how many people are there.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like a great time.
Oh, it's awesome. I love
And then
it.
I'm sure you've been to the volleyball games too.
Oh, that's probably one that I've definitely went more of. Like when
Yeah.
I was like little, like
Yeah.
oh yeah, I loved it. I was like one game like front row, and I was like cheerleading, and I was so excited, and I was on TV, and
Oh, that's awesome.
oh gosh,
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. That's great.
hmm
Let's see. Other things like culture shock. Or initial feelings about coming to Hastings. For sure, definitely a lot smaller town.
oh yeah,
Definitely a lot smaller. I mean, you're from Sumner, which is a little bit smaller, so it might be a
200
little
people.
it might be a little bit bigger for you. But I grew up in a town of, 200,000 people. Like my graduating class was almost 500 people. And
Wow.
so I didn't know a whole lot of my people in high school. And so when I graduated, I was like, I'm graduating with a bunch of strangers. So when I left, it was crazy going to this small town and everybody's like, oh, hey, Cici, like, how's it going? And I'm like, who are you? I'm like, why does a stranger know who I am? So that was a big shock, is that everybody on campus like really knows you, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
word spreads fast, but like in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
So like everybody wants to know like how you're doing, how track's going, how volleyball going, how's your stats class going? Are you passing? I'm like, I sure as hell hope I am. Like it's a lot. But it's a community that I'm well adjusted to, and I'm super grateful, and I'm sure you're gonna have so many great experiences. Like the amount of connections that you will make the next 3 years are like actually like scary, because people just want to be on your side, and people just want to be connected to you, that by the time you graduate you're gonna be like so ready to get a job and get ready to be connected, and just you're gonna be like, oh, I know so and so from this place, and then it turns out that that person knows somebody in Salina, Kansas, or somebody knows that person in Kansas City. Kim Gravetti, shout out to Kim Gravetti and Carissa from Career Services. Kim Gravetti, I don't know how you know so many people in this world. It is crazy actually how many connections you know. It kind of scares me. But this woman will like get you hooked up. Like she like if you need a job, she will go to Earth's End to find you a job that is going to suit you. What is it that you want to do?
I haven't really decided yet.
Okay.
I'm going into business, but I
Okay,
kind of want to
alright.
go.
She's a business girl.
Yeah.
She might be a business girl.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to like kind of my roots. I mean, like I really love like my home and my family, and
Yeah.
like our family farm is something that I kind of want to go back to. And
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you
part
could,
in.
is there something specific? Like, do you want to go into marketing or
Yeah,
straight?
marketing.
Girl, high five. Marketing girls all the way. Big marketing girl myself. So yeah, I mean, and you can definitely carry that back home.
Mhm.
And like after this, you could have so many other different connections. If you want to go work in Omaha, or if you want to go work in Lincoln, you can totally do that too. Like there's just tons and tons of different things that you can be up for as well.
Mhm.
Let's see, what else can we talk about? So far, how would you describe the community of Hastings?
Ooh. I just love like the networking I get to participate in, because like you said, like you truly like know everybody. But I love that because I love like I'm definitely pretty social, so I just like love talking to people and like asking how they are, and like building those relationships with
Mhm.
people, because I feel like that's super important. Because like I personally like in a settings where I don't know a lot of people, that's when I tend to like be a little bit more shy. But like
Yeah.
when I'm open with people, it's just so much easier to like have those conversations and like get to know them, and especially on like a deeper level. Like I really love that.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have a great time, and you're gonna meet so many new people, and it's awesome talking to someone who is going through these first experiences, because I remember being a freshman and I was scared shitless because I had no idea who I was talking to. I didn't know anybody. I was away from all my friends and family, and I was like, you know what? It's time for me to become my own different person. And that's something that you get to experience, is you get to be whoever you want to be.
Mhm.
And you get to make those experiences along the way, and you get to make great friends, and hopefully eat better food and compared to my experiences from the past, which I've heard has been really good.
Yes.
Like y'all got sushi up there now.
Uh-huh. I
Like,
love it.
I heard about the sushi and I was like, sign me up. I will pay my $7 to come eat some sushi.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting to hear. So I work for the marketing office here on campus, and I was really grateful enough to go have some experiences. I got to see the kitchen get rebuilt and like remodeled. And I got to talk to the head guy. Shout out to the people at CAF now, doing all of their great work, making the dining experience way better. Because I remember my freshman year, I was like, I'm eating cereal like 10 days in a row. It's ramen, cereal, yogurt, and protein shakes. As a runner, I'm like dying. I'm just like running, and I'm like, oh, this protein shake is gonna come up, and like my cereal is about to come up. But no, they're putting a lot of good work in, and I can't wait. They're tearing down all those houses now.
Mhm.
And I was in physical therapy the other day, and I was getting stem done, and I was sitting there and I was like, what the hell is that noise? And it's just like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, they're just tearing down these houses just casually, just within like 3 days, and then it's gone. So I'm super excited to see the new renovations. And of course our track's getting redone, so like
Yes.
that's also an awesome thing that's happening. So it's gotten repaved, we got new fences up, the steeple pit is all done now, and it's actually safe. It was not safe. It was like it was like illegal. It was super steep and dangerous. So so now it's good. So like we can actually host because we're hosting conference. So come out in May and come see us run. So yeah, going to a break now. So perfect. All right, welcome back. We came back from a little break, and now we're gonna do like a little fun game, little brainstorming. So we're gonna try to think of 10 things not to do in Nebraska, which I was having a brain fart earlier, but with the help of my team, we came up with some solutions. So do you want to go first?
I think you should go first.
Okay. A great one is don't swim in Hastings Lake because it is filled with goose poop and like who knows what else, probably some glass or some other obscene material. So don't even dip your toes in. Don't even put your finger in the water. It's not even worth it. It's just disgusting. So go and experience the cute sunsets and the sunrises. Go run over there, but do not, for the love of God, do not go in the water. It is tainted.
Another one would be don't go to the Archway in Kearney. It is not worth it. There's so much better museums out there to go to. It's just it's pretty like to drive under,
Yeah,
but to go
it's
inside,
fun. It's cute and fun.
Yeah, I just never really enjoyed it.
I remember traveling under it all the time, going to Missouri, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, the Archway! It's like the only thing out here. This is crazy." I'm like, "What structure is this?" And then I didn't realize it was a museum. And then it's got like apparently it's just like super like desolate in there, and they don't have like a whole lot of stuff. So it's just like really awkward when you walk in, and it like smells like dirt and dust. And so I've heard it's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in Hastings, don't go to Joe's China or Nick's Euros because a majority of the time they will have bugs in their food or you will get food poisoning. So don't do it. I had it before. It's not worth it. Chow mein, it's not worth it. Don't do it. It's just not something you should consider. There are so many other places you can go to.
Don't go west of North Platte. I feel like people really like underestimate Nebraska because of the west side. But if you go to the east side, I feel like it's pretty nice. But
you got Iowa and you got Omaha, Nebraska City, but anything west, it is just cornfields.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have Mormon Island that's down there, which I've never experienced that. But for anyone who wants to experience that, go to Mormon Island. But anything, west of that, desolate.
Yeah, just like
sad.
Sand Hills. Like there's literally a county with one town, Arthur County, and the only town in it is Arthur.
I'm sure it's like 25 people.
Yeah,
and they're all probably
so
like
small.
all siblings.
Yeah,
they all know each other.
Probably.
Ronnie lives up the street, and my Dan lives right here.
Literally.
I can't imagine. Another thing not to do. Don't go driving past. Oh, be really cautious when you drive through Burlington. Crazy drivers. Anything crossing Burlington is like it's like playing Crossy Roads. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. People run stop signs in this town. Did you know that? People people would just casually like run stop signs like because they want to. No, like I have gone running before, and there have been people that have just like blow stop signs, and like I'm like collect my insurance policy. I need to pay for college now. No, like it is crazy. People are just like driving by like on their phones, just texting, and I'm like, what is happening? So just be cautious when you're out on a girl walk or you're doing something. Just be very careful because people like to blow stop signs here. So don't blow stop signs. Don't do it. What else you got?
I gotta think.
10 is hard. 10's a hard number, you guys. This is a lot. This is a lot of brain power at 7:30 at night.
There's too many good things. I can't think of any.
That's true. That is true. There's a lot of really great things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's that like really cool like glass house, the glass chapel.
Oh yeah.
Near Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that's always really gorgeous to go to.
I love the lakes here. I love going to the lakes. Besides Hastings.
No, yeah, Hartwell Ponds. Stay out of those two. Fishing is good. But like the one in Ogallala.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey or
Mm-hmm.
Matthew McConaughey, not Matthew McConaughey. Lake McConaughey.
Yes.
That one's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I love it. Or like there's one in Calamus. It's like by Burwell. Love that one too. It's so nice.
There was also like I think it's in Valentine. They've got like the white water rafting or like the giant rafting trails.
Yes.
I went on a cross country 8-hour trip. and it was the worst trip of my life. We were stranded. We ran out of food the first hour, and the speaker died within the first 40 minutes, and we had like 7 hours left. And all of us got super dehydrated and super sunburnt that we had to like get pulled for the rest of the miles because it was so bad. Anywho, besides that, I think what's also great is I love the cute quirky like coffee shops that everybody has. Like down here we've got like Art Bar, and then we have LD's, which is a new one that opened, which is on the west side of the theater district. And we've got like Blue Moon. Have you been to any of those yet?
I haven't been to Blue Moon yet, no.
Okay. Blue Moon's super cute. They have really good food. Go to LD's. They also have really, really great coffee. But like just quirky little shops. I like that we have those because it reminds me of back home. It's not just your like mom and pop shops. Like they make it super like college friendly.
Oh yeah.
Which I really like. So it's a great place to study and a great place to go to. The Mill has always been like one of my favorites too to go to in Lincoln. Zen was crazy awesome. I loved Zen. Have you been to Zen?
Nope.
Oh, you got to go to Zen and get like their coffee. Like I said, their coffee flights are awesome, but you might regret it later when you have to use the bathroom. But it's okay. It's worth the money. It's worth the buy. Let's see what else we got. Anything in Omaha or?
Oh, they did like rebuild like their like park, like kind of like in that downtown area. It's so beautiful. Like
I went where the roller rink is.
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. I love it. It was like they just made it look so like clean and like nice, and they opened up a lot of like cute like ice cream shops and stuff down there.
Oh,
I love it.
That.
Yes, it was so pretty. And it was just like a great like place to like walk. It's just like there's like dog parks, and it's so cute.
That's so sweet. I love that. I also like the concert venues here. I'm actually really, really impressed by the concert venues here. Because we've got places like the Pepsi Center back home, and we've got like Mission Ballroom, which you have like your big artists that go to. And so I've been to some concerts, and we have Red Rocks. I love.
Oh yeah.
The cutest thing that I love about Nebraska people is they call it Red Rock instead of Red Rocks. They're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Red Rock, and I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, Red Rocks, and it's just the cutest little moment. But no, like CHI is awesome, or even the Pinnacle. And then I'm actually going to concert tomorrow at the Astro, which is the new one that they just built, and it looks absolutely fantabulous. And so I'm super, super excited to go and experience that. And then I've been to a couple of like lounges and stuff. I love the music out here. I love that people actually like to come to Omaha and Lincoln. It makes me so happy because that's what I was so worried about, is like I would travel to Denver to go see these concerts, and now I'm like, oh, I can just go to Lincoln. And you know, like I went and saw Rob Zombie in Lincoln. Like he for some reason he just went to Lincoln. So yeah, it was great. Can you think of anything else?
I cannot.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's been an honor, and it's been a great time having you on the show today, and I'm super, super happy you could make it. Other than that, thanks for listening and tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review for the podcast, and we will see you next time on the BroncPod.